Just wanted to let you guys know I really, really appreciate everything you guys do. Your music has really helped change my life, and I know it's definitely helped out many others. I've been supporting for such a long time. I can't wait to finally buy the album and just give you guys the money, all the credit you guys deserve. Keep doing what you guys are doing, keep spreading the message, and keep awakening our generation. Peace and love.
And I thank you guys for what you're doing for the culture. And because of you guys, I'm becoming one of the illest motherfuckers I know, and I love myself for it, and I love you guys for, you know what I'm saying, just being yourselves. Just thank you. Thank you guys for being you, man. Fucking Zombies for life.
You guys are an amazing music group. You have opened up my mind to all sorts of things. You have completely altered my perception of the world. And I'm going to see you every single time you're in Salt Lake City for the rest of my life.
I remember when I first heard your song, fucking Thug Waffle. I was like, what the fuck, dude? I was fucking blown away. It was crazy.
And I ain't even die yet. 100 blunts, high yeah. Poison it, what you about to die yeah. Got the alien, yeah. No, I can't deny this. Lungs full of I look red niggas, go back, go on. Pocket full of dead niggas, smoke some bitch. What the fuck you waiting on? I know it's a virtue, but baby, my patience is gone. I will take her to a make it home. What you want a cookie? Okay, I won't take it long. Put the dust down the middle like Moses. Get the seed, count it up, bag it up.
The Flatbush Zombies, man, where do I even start? They are one of the most influential rap groups of my generation, who arrived at a time when hip-hop music followed a very basic format. But instead of following those guidelines, the Flatbush Zombies used their unique style to offer a new perspective on what hip-hop could be. They were black kids from Brooklyn rapping about psychedelic experiences, love, enlightenment, self-doubt, and many more topics that were rarely talked about in hip-hop, and had many people label them as weirdos who didn't fit the normal criteria of a rapper. But what people didn't understand is those qualities would soon help benefit the group's success. Being all born and raised in Flatbush, Brooklyn, they have all been friends since childhood. Eric and Meech grew up in the same neighborhood, while Juice and Meech met in the 4th grade. With Eric being a little bit older than his future group members, he began making music by himself, rapping and producing.
I just learned, and we used to make music just for fun. But I did it kind of more serious, and I feel like when they came into it, it was more like I could stop talking about serious issues and not talk about stuff that we going through and shit being a kid, you know what I'm saying? Like,
they released one of their first tracks, Thug Waffle, on January 4th, 2012, and is the song being played in the beginning of this video. Thug Waffle delivered a style of hip-hop that was unique and fresh, and was a sound that we never heard of before. Later that same year, the Zombies released their first mixtape titled Drugs, which stands for Death and Reincarnation Under God's Supervision, that I assume is relating to the psychedelic ego death Meechy Darko had during the creation of this project, and featured tracks like Laker Paper and Face Off that I would constantly listen to going into my freshman year of high school.
Well, it all started with a thing called shrooms. One day me and this guy had a trip, and then I would say, I didn't die. I said I died. I remember saying to this guy, like, yo, I'm dead,
The day after he was dead.
Yeah, I was dead.
He wasn't here.
What it really was like a rebirth of consciousness, pretty much. It was like starting over. You know, when they say people die, when you die, you see your life flash before your eyes. You learn all the lessons and all that shit. Well, I didn't learn that shit in my teenage years. I didn't have to fucking physically die to really learn that shit, and that's really what it was.
Flatbush Zombies then released 3 new songs, Palm Trees, 222, and MRAZ, and announced their second mixtape, Better Off Dead, would arrive in September of 2013. Till this day, that project features some of my favorite songs the Zombies have ever made, such as Club Soda featuring Action Bronson and My Team Supreme.
Today's agenda, a nation exterminating the pious. Pray that you never die, don't dare to be deemed the highest. I write it spotted by liars, righteous as my suppliers. They wonder what my supply is. Nigga, where them be? Us for something, creating, starting the brew, making these movements. Cut you through the interlude, but I won't produce unless you knew, miss. Otherwise you're useless, yes you're useless.
The 19-song tracklist helped steadily build their fan base, and off the hype they generated, decided to go on tour with the Underachievers a year after Better Off Dead's release. Together they would be known as Clockwork Indigo, and dropped a self-titled EP on October 17th, 2014, right before the tour. The idea of this project came to them after having an LSD trip while watching the film A Clockwork Orange. While on tour, each group member wore all-white clothing to resemble the group from the movie.
Let me hear you say star, blue moons, young red guy rapping that code. We coming up the opposition fucks, get them to the mall, they gon' crow. I hate when a nigga ain't with it, come stand front stage at one of our shows. Better get back before you get attacked by the pack of the wolves, my immaculate soul. And with the mosh pit, better clear space. Fuck with the goddamn, we live up the place.
During my senior year of high school, the Flatbush Zombies posted on social media that their debut album, 3001: A Laced Odyssey, was in the works and would be released on March 11, 2016. Between that time frame, they released 3 new songs, Bounce, This Is It, and Glorious Thugs, copying the same strategy they did in the past. Glorious Thugs would never make the album, but altogether each song had me so excited I wanted to figure out a way to show the Flatbush Zombies how much I appreciated their music. So I told myself a week before the album's release, I would save up my lunch money my parents gave me weekly to buy the album. Since at the time I had no job and also wanted each dollar to go directly to the Flatbush Zombies and not to any streaming service. So that's what we did for 3 days. I didn't eat lunch at school, otherwise I would have had to ask my Christian parents, and I repeat, my Christian parents, for money to buy a hip-hop album. It all sounds insane, but for anybody who knows my parents, fully respect why I thought this was the only option I had. And when March 11th came around, man, you already know I was the happiest kid on earth. This was the first time in my life that I truly felt connected to an album after listening to it. Every single song lived up to my expectations, and the project felt like a cultivation of all their hard work over the years finally paying off. Media outlets across the world loved the project, and the US Billboard showcased it at number 10 on the top 200 chart, as well as selling 28,000 copies in just the first week. The best thing about this all is that the Flatbush Zombies accomplished all this while still remaining independent without signing to any major record label. The group would then go on tour for their first album, and after the tour, disappear from the music world for 2 years. Until April 6, 2018, when they released Vacation in Hell, their second studio album.
You supposed to be the king. Let me see your wings. Spread the gospel, God. Hella sweet of
so amazing. I swear it's so amazing. Yeah, I feel like on vacation. They wanna be me, I ain't there yet. No. You wanna ride, you need a space.
Yo, that shit is crazy, my guy.
Send that to Hot 97.
Get that money.
Them royalty checks on the radio.
The Flatbush Zombies peaked at number 9 on the US Billboard Top 200 charts again, proving that the 2-year hiatus had no effect on their musical ability. Over the years, man, the Flatbush Zombies have impacted a lot of people who listen to their music. They showed us all the power of manifesting your dreams into reality and being persistent, because in the end, you're the only person who has control of your own destiny.
Cradle to grave, now your favorite rapper name on a headstone. Too late, he already there.
Imagine when you're 30,000 feet up, what you think of? Oh, I hated knowing that my thoughts would turn to dream, cause I never knew I'd get my chance to link up. Oh, I tell you all of this unusual to me, it's where I came from.